Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh, and a very good morning. And my name is Almadi, and I'm a lecturer from the Faculty of Education and Humanities, UNITA International University. So today I would like to present my concept paper. It is all about developing innovative technology in building mental health resilience among private university students amid COVID-19 pandemic. Okay, so we are going to talk about the introduction and then the research background, research objective, scope of the study, research method, duration of the research instrument, research outcome, and also the summary today. All right. So as you know that the mental health is an issue where it could happen to anyone, anywhere. So every single of us may face any psychological issue that may affect the daily life globally. And you can see that they have got so many people, especially during the pandemic, that they are having anxiety, depression, and then also stress, during this pandemic. Some of the critical consequences that relate to the mental health are suicidal, like just now I told you about anxiety. It happens every day, especially amid this COVID-19. So the survey shown that 0.9% university students had extreme anxiety symptoms, while 2.7% had a moderate symptom and 21.3% had a mild symptoms of anxiety during COVID-19 pandemic. So this thing also increased 11.2% since 2009, where in every 10 respondents, 3 of them are diagnosed with a mental health problem. So the arrival of the pandemic, if you can see, is a phenomenon which has been a very high risk to all of us during this time. So therefore, the World Health Organization, WHO, had declared that the COVID-19 virus disease and many people are having stress, anxiety, depression during COVID-19. Okay. Now, the second one, we're going to go to the research background. So in my research background, you have to understand that health is very precious, health is wealth, and people always want to be healthy in order to live a happy life with their loved ones, all right? So lifestyle has become a prime focus to be considered as a healthy living around the world. This is according to the Dong Wang and Zhao Huizing 2015. So of course, a lot of people, you want to be healthier, even though we have to live what we call that under stress, especially during pandemic. So the students in the private university, okay, and higher learning institution have been reported to be the group of youngsters that may face critical stage in their life due to multiple factors such as stress, pressure to conform with the peers, exploration of the sexual identity, and so on. Of course, they have got so many issues, and the important determinants of the mental health of the youngsters are the quality of their home life, relationship with the peers, and sexual violence can have a clear association with the mental health. This is according to WHO 2018. Now, I come out with this what we call statistic, kesihatan mental dan sokongan psikososial ketika pandemik COVID-19. You can see this is from the Ministry of Health. Jumlah panggilan yang diterima oleh talian bantuan sokongan, of course they have got a lot of the cases, for example like emotion support, counseling especially, about COVID things, and you can see 109,388 cumulative, the total cumulative call, especially the people who needs a counseling and they have got depressed or the other mental health issue. So many students also were reported to face difficulties interfere with their studies. So on the American College Health Association 2015 survey, the college student identified the following mental health issue as negatively impacting their academic performance within the 12 months. So you can see how many percent of the students who are having this mental issue: stress, 30% of the student; anxiety, 22%; sleep difficulties, 20%; and the last one is depression, consists of 14%. This is according from the American College Health Association in 2015. Now, Mental health problem also can affect many areas of the student life. So this is very important. That's why we want to do this research. Reducing their quality of life, academic achievement also will reduce. They have got a problem with the physical health, satisfaction with the college experience, and negatively impacting relationship with their friends and their family members. This issue can also have a long-term consequences for the students, affecting their future employment, earning potential, and overall health. So that means we have to do this and we try to develop these apps, about the mental health and so on. So that means they can help themselves. At the same time, also it also will help their future, because the students is going to work in the future, employment, and then they also will become a potential netizens, and then of course we need the people who have a very good health, right? So awareness among many parties should be involved, such as the teachers, counselors, clergy, psychiatrists, spiritual practitioners, to help them build resilience by using the neo, bio, physio, psychosocial, spiritual. So there's a lot. Okay, so we are planning to have what we call that the conference to call all these psychiatrists, clergy, spiritual together to find out what are the needs, especially nowadays during the pandemic among the private university students. This group should be appointed as the first reference and the ultimate responder when facing the mental illness. Okay, now let's take a look about my research objective in this concept paper. Number one, I would like to develop an innovative technology such as a hybrid application, because nowadays the student can use the hybrid application, so it is easier for them to refer if they have got mental health, who are the counselor nearby, and what are the information about the mental health. So we try to develop innovative technology. Number two is about measuring the level of stress. We want to know what is the level of the stress, anxiety, and among students during COVID-19 pandemic. Okay, and then the last one is organizing an online mental health conference between the student to develop a module about preventing mental health issue in Selangor, because our scope focus in Selangor. Okay, the scope of the study, like I told you just now, that in Selangor, sample of the student representing the 4 private university, I will explain later, and research will be focusing the study among students in the private university during this pandemic. Those students are from age 18 years to 25 years old, and they're studying diploma, degree, and then master level as well. And then the length of this study, the research that I'm going to do is about 2 years. It will cover a lot of things like a field visit, interview, focus group, online survey, development of application, measuring the level of mental health, and so on. Okay. Now, the next one, number 5, that I'm going to talk about my methodology or research methodology. So we're going to see about the research approach, about the location, sampling technique, data collection, sample, as well as research instrument. Okay, so first of all, we're going to talk under this research methodology. It's about my research approach. I'm going to use a mixed method, which is qualitative and quantitative. Okay, so that means some of the question you can see goes into the qualitative, and then some of the objectives goes to the quantitative. Now, my research location that as you know that just now I explained that we're going to have a scope in Selangor, so I will focus to the private university student representing the university only in Selangor. So maybe we will focus, because in Selangor, according to MOHE, there are a lot of the private university compared to the other areas, especially in the rural area. Of course, they have got a few universities. So Sungai Way, Shah Alam, Petaling Jaya, Klang will be very good because they have got hundreds of the private universities there. And my sample size will be 1,500. So let's move to the data collection. The data collection, I'm going to have a semi-structured interview, focus group, observation, survey method. Of course, we have got a questionnaire, and then we're going to distribute to the respondent, especially the private university student, and then also the journal. To achieve the objective of study, the other approaches that shall be utilized to cater the needs of data gathering will be following. So maybe we're going to organize a workshop and seminar, and we can collect a lot of information from the clergies, like just now, the doctor, the secretaries, the counselors, the teachers, and the practitioners, the religious practitioners. So this is very good. to get more information or the determinant of the factors or whatsoever that we want to find out. So workshop and seminar will be very good. And then we are going to have an interview, of course. We are going to interview with the students who really have a mental health issue during the pandemic, field observation, focus group, as well as field visit. So these are the things that we're going to do. Now, let's move to talk about the research instrument. So my research instrument, I'm going to use DAS test. DAS test is a very famous. So if you can refer the reliability, the Alpha Cronbach, it is a 0.8 and above. Yeah. So speaking of DAS test, 21, it is very famous. Thousands of the people already use this DAS test. It is instrument to measure the student mental health level. This is the set of the 3 self-report scale designed to measure the negative emotional state of depression, anxiety, and stress. So D for depression, A for anxiety, S for stress, and another S is a scale. So DAS 21 is a 21 items self-report questionnaire designed to measure the severity of the range of the symptoms common to both depression and anxiety. So from using this DAS test, of course, we can know also and we can measure the level of the mental health like anxiety or depression or stress just now. All right. So my instrument will be a DAS test. Number 8, we're going to go to the research outcome. Okay, this is very good for the people outside there. Maybe you would like to sponsor my research. So this is, we offer the ways to prevent students from the mental health issues during pandemic. As you know, like I explained to you, that means based on the statistic, they have got high what we call numbers of the students who are having mental illnesses. So this is the way to prevent students from mental health. It is easier because we develop one apps which is very good to be used. And then we develop apps for the student. Okay, and as the students now, they are very user friendly with all of these gadgets, so it is easier for them to download from the Play Store, for example, and then they can check. The application consists of the counselors nearby, and then what are the information, what are the things that they need to know about depression, what are the causes, what are the factors. Maybe they can connect with the other people there who have a problem before this, like testimony and so on. That will be very good. Everything can be put there with the test and inventory in the what we call the application as well. And the next one will be the finding of this research will formulate program and approaches to ensure positive attitude and behavior among private university students in Selangor. Of course, you know that some of the people feels very bad already, especially during this pandemic. So that means we are going to formulate the program and also the approaches, maybe come up with the module. How are we going to enhance the student attitude and behavior among the private university student? Now, the next one, facilitate the teachers and counselors to organize efficient strategies in orders that help them to establish our institution. So that means we can help teachers and counselors. And finding also will enable the participant themselves to discover in depth of what causes and level. Of course, we will know the level because we're going to measure their mental health level just now. That will bring into the mental illness health issue during COVID-19. So research also will enable the student to enhance their policy about mental illness among private university students in Selangor during pandemic. So they will know better about the policy of the mental illness, in the private university. Okay, maybe Ministry of Higher Education also can use this application, and then the finding from my research, to help the students to enhance their life. Okay, and the last one, okay. At the end, of course, is the summary. So, apps development module inventory that will provide information regarding mental health problem, the result, recommendation of solution, advisors, support group, direct connect to any registered counselor at any time, So, the private university students need someone to talk to, especially during this pandemic. So, the data will allow us to provide a gap analysis between the intervention of the counselor, psychiatrist. We are going to have the what we call that seminar with the religious expert, spiritual practitioners in overcoming the mental health issue amid COVID-19. So I hope that this research will help a lot of the private university students, especially in Selangor, and maybe in the future that we can use to the public university as well. Thank you so much. That's all from me, Al Mahdi. Thank you from UNITA International University, Kelana Jaya, Selangor. Thank you.